Alright, what the fuck is going on with my necklace? Okay, hold up. Here we go. What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Maggesty here. Today we are gonna do a little arrangement tutorial. I've never done one of these before, but I think my arrangement skills were, you know, kind of meh for a while. But now that I've recently started, you know, recording on my own beats and kind of thinking like an artist, I guess, I realized that arrangement really is important. You need to have like transitions to kind of guide the artist to different portions of the song. You should be able to listen to the beat as an artist, you know, especially if you're trying to sell them, you know, and be like, okay, so this is the intro, this is the pre-chorus, this is the chorus, verse, you know, whatever. You should be able to listen to the beat and like envision that already, or like, you know, have it be relatively obvious. So that's something that I didn't really think about before, and now I am, and I think we're getting better at it. We're definitely learning. So taking you along for the ride, describing the arrangement of this beat that I made. It's a cool pop punk beat. I've been getting into pop punk lately. And basically just trying to make it flow really well together, trying to make it really interesting, and ultimately trying to make it easier to kind of guide the artist into which direction they want to go with their lyrics in certain sections. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's enough rambling. If you want to learn how to arrange your beats to make them more interesting and definitely make them easier for an artist to hop on, then just keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe to your girl if you learn anything from me. Drop a like if the beat turns out fire, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. So, we got this beat pulled up here. It's a little pop punk beat. Oh, let me put my headphones on. There we go. Okay. And I got the main melody from Arcade. I'm going to just show you that part real quick. Go crazy, Maggesty. Okay, so that little like guitar at the end was me. But the main melody's pretty cool. It's got a little rhythm. And then basically we're dropping like straight into like the pre-chorus, I guess you would call it, because it's not like super exciting. I've been kind of like studying a lot of the pop punk beats that I've been listening to lately, and a lot of them like start out with like, you know, the intense guitar, like the lead guitar or whatever, just to catch your attention, and then it drops out as soon as the drums come in, and then it'll just be like the rhythm guitar, which is that little like muted sound in the background. I'll show you this one, like something like that, you know, to just keep the like the rhythm going. But it's gonna be like, you know, obviously the artist starts singing right here, so okay, so as you guys can hear from that, this is like I said, kind of the pre-chorus here, and then starting at the next 8 bars, we're working on like the build-up, basically. So some of the drums drop out, but another guitar comes in, so that kind of adds like suspense, I guess. Like kind of lets you know that like you're supposed to be getting prepared for some kind of drop, you know. So that's kind of what we're going for here. I added like these little cymbals. I have a lot of symbols like this for like little transitions, so it's not just like, you know, so there's like a little bit more of a flow going throughout the whole song, you know, like you know what's about to come next, you know there's about to be a change, some sort of change coming up with these symbols is kind of like indicative of that. So let's start from here. I don't know why it's not snapping to the bar, that's so annoying. Okay, there we go. And this is going to be like the little build-up section. Some of the drums come out, like I just said, and then this will kind of be doing the same thing, but a little more build up, and then it drops out in the last couple bars. You'll see. I'm gonna quit talking now. Okay, so you guys can hear right here. the main drum loop that I have, which is actually from Arcade, this one, it's like more like hype. That drops out entirely here, and then it's just like my custom drums in here. So it's mainly hats, cymbals, a few toms to like enter into the next 4 bars, as you'll hear, and then this other guitar I added, and this second guitar that's kind of like the leading into the drop basically, and you'll hear it. All right, and then that is like the most important part basically. So the last 2 bars of the 8-bar loop here, this like rhythm guitar that I showed you earlier drops out, and then it's just the 2 guitars that I added, which adds a lot of like, I guess, energy to the drop, I guess, like you know it's coming. So that's what that is right there. And then I added a bunch of little cymbals, and here, I'll show you kind of the pattern of the cymbals first. Okay, and then what like really like gets you going, I guess, is this little tom fill here. So it's basically just like triplets, I think you would call that. All right, and then we have this different cymbal here. And that's kind of like for the transition straight into the kick, basically, because these are more subtle. To make it a little more textured, but this one is like the one where you know it's like, okay, that's where it's about to drop. So basically that's like a major key, especially for pop punk beats, but even in trap beats, you know, you want to have like some sort of drums that signify that something else is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like you want it all to kind of flow, and especially you want the artist to like hear the beat and be like, okay, this is where this goes. This is where the pre-chorus fits in. This is the verse. This is, you know, another pre-chorus. This is the build-up, etc. You know what I mean? Because like now that I started like actually recording on beats, I've been paying a lot more attention to that, and like I find myself like trying to record on one of my beats, and I'm like, okay, there needs to be a little bit more anticipation in the music here or whatever. So that's what I'm trying to like utilize and incorporate in my arrangement now, and I think it's definitely improving. It's only up from here. So anyways, I'll let you hear this little build up, which is basically straight into the chorus again. And I also have 2 different tom patterns. I don't know if I mentioned that. So like this one that's right here is specifically kind of for the build-up. There's a lot going on in the toms because there's less going on in the rest of the drums, like i.e. this main drum loop is not in this part. So that's why I went a little extra with the toms. But for the chorus, the toms look like this. They're pretty basic, like the same here, just like this little build-up for the 5th bar. But then this one is a little bit more calm, and you'll hear it. See, there's still like that little triplet bounce that like catches your ear, you know, screams all-time low, basically. But definitely less than this one. So that's something you want to keep in mind as well, because if like the music, the actual like instruments are going to be a lot in a certain section, you want the drums to be less, and vice versa. So also another thing that I did, because I introduced this other guitar that I had in this chorus part, whereas in the beginning it wasn't there. So I automated the volume a little bit. So the volume drops down, I think like 20% or something. So it's just kind of more subtle, ear candy kind of a vibe. See, and now it's just really in the background, just tucked in. And this is kind of like the little power guitar. Not too much though, it's just kind of subtle. Yeah, and then it's basically just this arrangement all over again. Alright, so we adjusted a few things. That's, you know, that's kind of what arrangement is, I guess. And another, like, tip that I learned that I guess I just accidentally showed you guys is, like, actually listening to the beat in full as you have it arranged and being like, okay, is that a smooth transition? Is this, you know, does this flow together nicely? Because that's something I never did for the longest time, unless I'm like making videos for you guys, really. Because normally you're kind of making beats in like a hurry, you just want to get it out, you want to get it posted to BeatStars or whatever, you know what I mean? So you just arrange it and you're like, all right, export it, you know, we're done, we're good. But sometimes it really is worth it to take that extra 2 minutes and 30 seconds, however long your song is, just listen to it through and, like, you know, add stuff in certain places, take stuff out in certain places, you know what I mean? So, I hope you guys learned something. Let me know if you guys want me to make an actual, like, pop punk beat, like, in-depth drum tutorial, because I am getting better. I was very basic with it at first, but now I'm, you know, figured out how to go about like certain tom fills and transitions and stuff, and I found some decent sound kits for pop punk finally. I might actually end up getting that Travis Barker one though, because I've had my eye on it for a while and I don't have it. So we'll see. But let me know in the comments how you feel about this beat. Don't forget to drop a like if the beat turned out fire, subscribe if you learned anything from me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.